Hey, I'm just going to show you really quickly how I recorded just my voice to send to my kids. So the program that I use is called Audacity. If you don't have this downloaded on your computer, I would just go to Google Audacity and you can download it really easily. That's what I did. Um, and I'm happy to help you with that if you need to. But basically what this does is it records my voice as I am speaking, so hopefully this will work. I'm going to pull this over here into this window so I can share my screen. I'll show you again how I did that. So this was open like this. If you just pull this and pull it against the side of your screen until you see the little line box come up, you let go and then it'll ask you which one you want to do. So I've already pulled up the Wonders read aloud for this week that I'm going to do for next week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record my voice, just reading it, and then I'll show you how I put it into a Nearpod. George Washington Carver, scientist and inventor. George Washington Carver was born about 1861 on a farm in Missouri. He had been born a slave during the Civil War. This war was being fought to abolish slavery. When the war ended and Carver was freed, he found that he was interested in learning more about plants. It was this interest that would one day make Carver famous as a scientist and an inventor. The importance of education. At that time in history, it was difficult for many African Americans to get an education, but George Washington Carver did not give up. He finished high school and then went on to get a degree in agriculture from a university in Iowa. In 1896, Carver was asked to come to Alabama and teach at a college in Tuskegee. Tuskegee? Ugh. So I'm going to go back and edit that in a minute. Carver used this opportunity to give African Americans the knowledge and skills to improve their lives. Carver would stay at the school for the rest of his life. A farming experiment. For many years, cotton was a primary crop growth in the South. When the same crop is planted repeatedly, it weakens the soil. Carver knew that it was really important for farmers to grow other crops. A few people raised peanuts and sweet potatoes, but there was little demand for either crop. Carver began to look for other uses for peanuts and sweet potatoes. He began a series of experiments to see what could be made from these crops. Over time, he developed 300 products from peanuts, including flour, ink, dyes, and more. From the sweet potato, he made over 100 products, such as flour, vinegar, molasses, and even postage stamp glue. Soon, farmers were eager to grow peanuts and sweet potatoes. Through his work, George Washington Carver won numerous honors for improving the lives of so many. After he died in 1943, he was buried at Tuskegee University. So you'll notice that when I was recording, I just hit this button, and then when I'm done, I clicked my stop button. Now you'll remember that I kind of messed up in the middle of that, so I'm going to go and see if I can find where that was, because it's really cool how you can edit stuff out, and I'll show you that really quickly. Okay, so I think it's really close. I think it's like right here. So I'm going to go back and listen to this little chunk right here. I don't think I went back far enough. Yeah, we needed to go back a little further. So this just kind of takes a little bit of playing with here to find where you want to take your. So I want to go and find the one little place where I started to mess up. Okay, so I'm going to start like right here. And I'm going to I know that I did a little bit of it, and it's really easy. You just highlight what you want, click delete, and it gets rid of that little clip. Oh, if you highlight it and press play, it will play just that little clip. So I know that I want to get rid of this part right here. Man, I'm really struggling here. Obviously, I'm not from the South. Okay, so we're going to get rid of that little bump right there. And then afterwards, you could hear that I kind of like, I'm going to edit that out. Oh, so I had a little like ugh right there. You can see where your voice is because of how high the sound waves go. So, I mean, I have a little breath intake there, but now it sounds better than it did before. So now that I have my thing recorded, I'm going to go to File. You can save it if you want to be able to come back to it. I just export it because I know exactly what I want to use it as. And I choose Export as MP3. And it's going to come here, and I have folders saved for each week that I'm doing this in. So this is for week 3. I'm just going to title it Unit 5, Week 3. And this is called George Washington Carver, so that I know where it needs to go. And it's going to ask you for all of this information. The artist name, I just write down once again what the title was, George Washington Carver. And then where it says track title, I just put in the Unit 5, Week 3, or whatever week you are on. Click OK. And then it's going to export it. So now I'm done with Audacity. And I'm going to open up Nearpod. Now, what I'm going to do, I've created folders for all of my wonders. I'm going to go and I'm going to just create a new lesson in Nearpod. And it's going to start a brand new one. I'm going to click Add Slide here. And I'm going to add content. Let's give it a second to show up. So click on Add Content. And then if I come over here to Audio, I'm going to click on that. And it says to upload a file or choose one of these options. I just select the file. I just saved it under Wonders, Unit 5, Week 3. There it is. Open up. And it's going to open up the file. Thinks about it. So now when the kids go on here, then I have some instruction slides that I put before it, and then there are questions that come after it. It's thinking about this here. But what they can do now is they can just click on this and listen to my voice. So that's how I create my voice recordings for my students to be able to listen. Once I'm done creating the Nearpod, I just send out the code to them through my e-board. And I give them generally just a little glimpse of what they need to do. And you're always welcome to go and check things out on my e-board. So this was for last Monday. So they would come here to reading lesson. I say, you have 4 different tasks today. Listen to the story that's being read to you. Answer 3 questions about the story, and then I have them go over vocab words. But you can see that was the code for this past Monday that they're able to do. So they're able to do the listening comprehension piece. So that's how we do it.